Meaning of the error codes on IRS tax transcripts. Today in this video, we are going to be discussing a topic of a great concern many taxpayers have. IRS error codes. What are these IRS tax transcript codes and the tax topics? And if you are somebody who has filed your tax return and now eagerly waiting for your refund, but instead of the expected direct deposit check, instead you received this error code. Now, what these error codes exactly mean for you? Today in this video, I'll be breaking down all the IRS error codes onto your transcript, and usually people get stressed when they see the code error code. Many of the filers get alarmed and worry about those codes, what they exactly mean and what action do they need to take, and if their IRS refund is going to be much lower than they thought. And the biggest fear is owing the money or facing an IRS audit. This can be a really painful task. Although some error codes are concerning, don't worry about it because we are going to break it down all the important error codes so you can understand what's really happening with your IRS tax filing, your tax refunds. Now, whether you use IRS to go mobile app or where is my refund tool, usually these tools provide status of your tax refund to track the current status of your refund. But sometimes here into the status update, they include error codes which can be confusing at the times. Today in this video, we'll be going to discuss all the important, most of the common error codes, what it mean for your tax return and what can you do about it. So don't skip out, watch this video till the end, and without a further ado, let's jump right into all the details. Now guys, whether it's a good news refund issued, notice issued, examination of the tax return, error codes are pretty important. And before we deep dive into all the important tax codes, the error codes, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. How to, guys? With all the bell notification, whether it's state-wise stimulus, SNAP emergency, IRS updates, social security update, we have got lots of details. Do check out other videos from our channel, and without further ado, let's jump right into all the details. Alright guys, so which error codes are we going to discuss today? Error code 150, 151, 152, 203, error code 420, 421, 570, 806, 810, 846, 898, 971, 1121, 1161 and 9021. I've been seeing a lot of people, lot of comments right here in the communities as well. Many people are worried that what these IRS tax codes actually mean. Whether you are seeing it on Where is My Refund website or IRS to go mobile application or onto your IRS tax transcript, many of the filers get stressed, alarmed and worry about those codes, what they exactly mean and what action do they need to take, and if their IRS refund is going to be much lower than they thought. So this is the big concern, and the biggest fear is owing the money or facing an IRS audit. This can be a really painful task. However, based on last few tax season and IRS guidance, right over here I have got compilation of all the important tax codes, the transaction codes, the error codes, what it means for your tax returns, and I'm going to discuss specific codes, what it means for you. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, so what are these IRS tax transcript codes and the tax topics? Now you can search the IRS website for each of the tax topic or transaction code, but it's not always a clear picture what they mean, and a lot of times they are pretty generic. So many of these tax topics and the transaction codes are based on the IRS tax system processing and reporting individual and businesses tax returns. Now they are supposed to provide some insight, some reason why the tax return is still processing, why the refunds are delayed and beyond normal schedule, which tax offset have been applied that lowered your refund, why additional IRS verification or some other tax related issues. And fortunately, most of the tax transaction codes, that is TC, are the numbers just informational and uploading the statuses, and the key is to wait and follow the official instructions that you get from the IRS. However, let's check out all the details, what it means for all these important codes. So first let's check out tax transcript code 150, 151 and 152. Now transaction code 150 means return has filed and tax liability has been assessed. Now this code you'll prominently see on your transcript after your return is accepted by the IRS and added to their master file cycle for processing. Code 150 means return filed and tax liability has been assessed. Now the line represents your liability to the IRS based on your filing and does not include your refundable credits as shown via the code 766 and 768 for the earned income tax credit codes. Now this line represents your liability to the IRS based on your filing, so it does not include your refundable credits. You owe shown via the 766 and the 768 earned income tax credit code. However, it's very common. You can also see $0 if you don't owe the IRS anything based on the returns that you have filed. If you have any other refundable credit, it means your net refund will be likely made of these less IRS adjustments. Now here is the important bit, guys. Remember, you need to avoid looking at the code 150 number by itself for your refund or the tax owed. You need to add all the credits, that is 766S, 768 and 806, and then you need to subtract the amount by the code 150, and that will equate to your net refund amount. Alright, so moving forward, talking about the error code 806 W2 or 1099 withholding. If you see this line 806 W-2 or 1099 withholding, this code suggests IRS transaction code 806 shown the amount of the federal taxes that were withheld by your employer or payer during the tax year being reporting. Now code 806 confirms the withheld amount, and that will appear on your tax transcript to show that what's being used for your refund or tax liability calculation purposes by the IRS. You can dispute this with your employer or 1099 provider if the amount is not correct. Your withheld taxes along with any credits are used to offset the tax liabilities and offsets to determine if you get a tax refund or owe taxes for the year. Alright, then we got the tax topic 151 and 152, while the tax code 150 is on your transcript after filing your return, and it's in the IRS master file for processing, and you'll often see corresponding tax topic 151 or 152 on WMR website, Where is My Refund website, or IRS to Go mobile app. And this often happens early in the tax season before the PATH Act lifts, where you'll be presented with the message that refers to IRS tax topic 151 and 152 in relation to your refund. But what does it mean? Well, the tax code 151 means that you are getting a tax adjustment or offset due to stimulus payment adjustment, which may result in your refund being less than you expected. So remember, tax code 151 means you are getting a tax adjustment or offset due to stimulus payment. Now you'll get the IRS official letter reporting explaining that what is actual offset and the adjustment to your tax return, and the details on how to appeal to this action if you found it's incorrect, but it's very likely it will delay getting your refund if you do so. While not great news, is the silver lining here that IRS has processed your return as denoted by the tax code 150, and your adjusted refund where applicable should be on its way, and you'll have time to appeal any adjustment, and if you win, then you'll get those paid back to you again. Speaking of the topic 152, on the other hand, just means that your return is under processing in the line with the IRS guidelines and generally within 21 days, and this is the notice confirms that the method for the payment is direct deposit or check, and lists other items that could delay the processing as per the screenshot attached below onto the IRS website. If your returns takes longer than the standard time frame, then Where is My Refund or your transcript will update and show you a new error code and what actions are being taken. Speaking of the tax code 203 and 898, this one is for the reduced refund offset by BFS. Now this one on your Where is My Refund transcript may came up due to injured spouse claim related to past due child support, overpaid unemployment and other income tax, federal or state tax obligation. This is a bittersweet notice that means your return/refund has been processed, but it will be lower than expected or nothing at all. You will generally see this topic 203 code reflected as this tax code 826, which is for IRS debt, or code 898 for other offsets on your tax transcript. However, if you are able to successfully appeal to this offset, you'll get issued additional refund and see this on your tax refund as a credit, and then you'll get tax code 766 for the tax offset reversal. Next one, we got error code 570, the return reconciliation errors. This one is the tax code 570 is a general code that could be due to many of the factors causing the tax return to be off. That one include mismatching the wage reports from what you have submitted versus what your employers did. IRS could detect that mismatch, and it could also be due to the missing or incorrect information in your tax return or adjustment for the past year IRS debt. Most of the cases IRS will automatically adjust this based on the internal review review and they will send you a notice if your situation is complex. So don't immediately jump to a negative conclusion, but realize your refund could be delayed since this code will stop the payment until the issue is resolved. Now after your issue is resolved, then you'll get a code 571 notice letter saying resolved additional account action before your refund is issued. Next one, we got reference number 9021 math error. If you have filed a paper return and did some manual calculation when e-filing your return, then you may also see reference number 9021 on your status page, which designates the IRS has found math errors and will auto adjust your return and refund or taxes due. IRS will also send a notice for the math errors in most of the cases and make any adjustment automatically before sending you the refund. You can also appeal for the adjustment if you want. Next one is the tax transcript codes 420, 421 and 424 for IRS further examination slash audit. This one is the most common code. Tax code 420 on your transcript means that your tax return was pulled for a potential audit or further examination by IRS. It does not necessarily mean that it will be assigned for detailed audit. It's just under examination because something got flagged during the routine processing. And remember, your return will be reviewed in due course by IRS and may not necessarily be assigned for a full audit, and you will receive an official IRS notice around this for a request for additional verification or documentation if it's required. Unfortunately, this will likely delay your refund beyond the standard processing time. Error code 421 means that your audit was closed. Now, next code is error code 424 means that your return has been set aside for the examination after the initial examination. So right before the code 424, you'll see the code 420. Now, while this still does not mean a full audit is occurring and there are different levels of audit, there is a manual review, there could be delay getting your return processed and refund paid. Now, if you are due for a refund, it may be frozen and you'll see code 810 refund freeze until the IRS resolves your issue. And everyone's favorite, the error code, the code 846, the refund of overpayment refund issued. This is the code most of the taxpayers expecting for a refund. Basically, they want to see the tax code 846. It means that IRS is sending you the overpayment of your taxes. That is your refund. You are getting this code on your transcript. It's a good sign, confirmation that your refund was issued. If you see 846 refund issued, that means it's a good sign for your tax returns. But let's say if your banking information is incorrect, then your IRS refund is rejected. You'll see 846 code followed by the code 841 and 971, and paper check will be mailed to your home address within 4 to 6 weeks after the IRS gets notified of the bounce payment. The next important code is reference code number 1121 and 1242. Well, 1121 and 1242. This means return is under review. Well, the reference number 1121 referenced in your account transcript generally means that your tax return is under further review by IRS. Your account and any refund related processing will be frozen and you'll see the code 810 until further review. This is generally happens after initial system processing. This is an element gets flagged for a review by IRS agent. It may or may not result in formal examination or audit by the IRS. This would be designated by reference number 1242, and you may see the returns have been delayed beyond the normal time frame. The message on the WMR and IRS to go when the code is shown on your transcript. There is nothing you can do at this point. Just need to wait for the review and respond to any formal notices by the IRS. CP05 tax code will likely delay your refund, taking the IRS at least 60 days to respond to tax filers after seeing this code. Next one is the tax topic and publication 971 code. Code 971 covers broad range of spousal tax treatments based on the IRS publication 971. Seeing this code is actually a good thing as the former spouse will be relieved of the tax, interest and penalties on a joint tax return that would normally be obligated to share with their partner. Also notice code 971 on your transcript is a different to above 971 publication, and this one is related to the issuance of the tax notice or letter by IRS after an adjustment or review has been completed. Code 846 means your refund is on its way to specified date, and you'll see other codes like 570, 898, 420 or 971 in the future dates for $0 amounts. Also, sometimes you see error code 1161 for refund delayed or bankruptcy on the account. But in many cases, this provides no help in that case, but you should reference the IRS refund error code list to get more details. Now, here are some common tax transcript codes. 846, refund is issued, refund date is next to it. 570, hold code. Sometime this is holding your return. 571, reversal of the 570 hold. 572, correction of the 570 error. 826, IRS took all of your refund to pay a debt. 420, examination indicator. 421, reversal examination indicator. 710, overpayment credit applied from the previous year. 766, generated refundable credit. 768, earned income credit. 800, credit for withheld taxes. 810, refund freeze. 811, reverse refund freeze. I hope you found this video helpful. Make sure to hit that like, share this video, subscribe to our channel How To Guys with all the bell notification. Do check out other videos, and this is Kedar from How To Guys signing out.